Welcome to this week's Sped Chat, where we're talking about all things special education. And in this series, we're actually talking about technology and technology that is used to transform the way special education services is provided. Now, this week, we're talking about Brawley, which is an app that transforms the IEP service. I tried to reach out to a representative to get an interview, but that wasn't successful. So the information that I'm giving you this week about Brawley is based on what I've seen on their website, as well as going through a tour of the services that they provide. All right. So how did I learn about Brawley? Okay, so I'm a subscriber of a newsletter, CEC, which is the Council for Exceptional Children. I subscribe to that newsletter. And so whenever they have anything new about special education, it usually comes through that. So Brawley is actually a service that is provided on that. They talk about Brawley on that newsletter. And so I was very curious about it because, I'm the kind of person who, I'm an educator. I'm a special education teacher. And so anything that is going to make the life of a special educator easier, I'm all about that. And so I I got curious about it, and I navigated the site, and I found that it's really, really interesting. And it actually changes the game of how we provide documentation or how we document information for students. So let me just tell you a little bit of what I learned. And for one thing, this app, it provides documents that can be shared both virtually as well as in person based on the services that is provided to students. So it incorporates three things. It incorporates the IEP goals, it tracks the services that's provided, and it also monitors the progress based on the IEP goals. So you have three things that is done in one place. And I was like, wow. Because as a special education teacher, I was used to doing my inclusion logs for my students based on what services I'm providing for them. I would have to document looking at the goals for the student, what goals or objectives was being taught for that day. I'd have to document all of that on my information on my sheet. And then I would have to track my service, how many minutes that I provide to my students each day. And, it was sometimes it was hard keeping up with all that paperwork. And then I would have to go somewhere else to progress monitor my student. I would have to use ISTEEP to progress monitor my students. And so it was a lot of places I had to go to keep up with the paperwork. So when I saw Brawley providing this service where you can put everything in one place, and usually what I see based on, my going through the website, I noticed that you always have the student's goal, what they're working on, the goal that they're working on. And then you can track whether they're progressing in their goal right there and then based on the progress monitoring that you're doing. So you have everything there in one place. So it allows you to track their goal, have their goal in mind every time you're going to provide services for them. And it actually documents the minutes that you provide to the student. Everything is in one place, and you can share the data across the district. If you're in a district, you can share the data with different people. It also provides you with one location. When you're writing the IEP, you have all your data, you have all your documentation. You can even notice students who are absent, who are chronically absent. You have all of that you can monitor in one place. And what I found out about Brawley is that Brawley is endorsed by CASE, which is the Council of Administrators of Special Education. Now, I'm going to leave some contact information. Like if you want to get have a tour of this website, I'm going to leave the information in the chat where you can actually go. If you're an administrator and this is something that you want to provide for your teachers to make their life easier, you can actually go on that website and then you'll find more information. Now, I hate that I wasn't able to interview a representative, but hopefully if you're listening to this, you can give some more information on how people can get in contact with you. All right, so thank you for listening to Sped Chat, and I will see you next week, the same time, where I'm going to be discussing Chat GPT. That is technology that is being used today. How people have been using it in special education with IEPs. Is it efficient? Should we be using it? All right, so I will see you next time on Sped Chat, and like we always say in Jamaica, want to take care of yourself. Bye.